Hello, babies.
It was there's a reason for this fresh look, and it was.
Is that a Canadian? Are you wearing a Canadian tuxedo?
Was that?
Is that a Canadian tuxedo you're wearing right now?
Yeah, he's going to a prom in Quebec later.
Canucks. I wish. I'm not above a Canadian tuxedo.
I know, he didn't suggest that.
I know. I know you're not.
Boys, what do you say we start the show, the Simple Mind Sports Show, latest and greatest in New England sports, with some opening takes, some blind opening takes. We have not discussed this. Ray, you got one handy? Mind starting us off? Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's go with Tua, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Mac Jones. One of these things is not like the others, and that would be one Mac Jones. But today's draft day.
I thought you were going because Tua's black, but.
Ooh, that's racist. No, but today is the day, draft day, as we record right now. So hopefully Mac Jones can get some arsenal because we are the last place team in the AFC East. Even though Rich is going to dispute this and say, no, because we got Bill O'Brien. Here we go. You know, I'm the captain of the Mac Jones fucking boat. I'm the captain here. I wear the captain C for cunt. But no, Mac Jones sucks. He needs help in all the right places on this offensive team, offensive side of the ball. So hopefully tonight it starts in the right direction.
Your mother got help in all the right places last night. Boom.
That's it. Yeah. Hopefully Matt gets help in the draft tonight.
Sorry.
No worries.
You were attacking me, so I was going to go the rest of the show without that.
You were attacking me.
You've been attacking me for the past week straight.
I felt that. Hey, man, you don't have to stoop to my level. Just stay on your own. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, bot pod. Yeah, it is the draft. Obviously, we'll be doing a lot of talking about that. I do disagree on the last place. Everyone's freaking out because old man Rodgers walked his ass down to New Jersey. Play for that shitbag of an organization. We'll see how that works out. I'll go Celtics here, unless Bobby. It says blind. Did you have anything? You basically talk football or basketball.
You can go Celtics. I'm not going Celtics. It's a football take, yeah.
Fair. Celtics it is. I hate this team. Fucking. I've been saying this for weeks now. I've determined that I hate this team. They will never learn. They are a sackless bunch of Sallies because they're led by a Dookie. The entire team has a Dookie in its shorts named Jason Tatum. What an embarrassing, predictable performance in Game 5. This will be released after Game 6, which the Celtics very well probably will end the series. But it should have been a sweep. What a pathetic Hawks team. And they let Trae Young, that squirrel, fucking rat's nest squirrel, tiny bit of a man, go out there and drop his nuts all over the city and all over you. Just a very predictable, disappointing performance in Game 5 from the Celtics. And looking forward, everyone should be worried. You should be worried, and you should hate this team just as much as me because they have not proven one iota that they've learned from their past mistakes, even going to the finals last year. Just ugh. And Bobby, I'll let you go here, but I'll tack onto the Bruins take. Oh, God, what a bad couple goddamn nights for playoff fucking Boston teams. Overtime loss against the Panthers directly because of turnovers and a bad penalty. Like, there were 3 bad plays against the Bruins all night, and that's why they lost. They dominated the rest of the game. Just sickening, gut-wrenching to watch. Bad. So hopefully they can all turn it around by the weekend. Go ahead.
So, the Ravens, they really can hold a hard line. I'll tell you what, when it comes to negotiating, they don't fucking budge. Lamar, we're not going to give you what you want. The best we can do, we'll make you the highest paid player in the NFL with $260 million and give you the biggest contract in franchise history. But we won't do any more than that. No more. What's the point if you're going to end up giving him everything you want, then undoing it on draft day? What leverage did they gain? What point did they make? They probably could have paid him less, probably similar to the Hurts deal before that existed. They probably had to pay him more than Hurts because he has the MVP and he's been playing longer. So I just don't understand it. I don't know what market they made. It just seems like this was a dumb thing, and who knows? Maybe it's all just because of the agent and they couldn't even. Lamar's finally like, fuck it, I'll just sign it. Who knows? Who knows? Yes, Raymond.
With the cap, with the signing bonus, now they can go get DeAndre Hopkins, which is the big red hot rumor tonight during draft night.
That's Pac-Man reporting.
What the signing is this like cap minutia that we'd have to get into?
Yeah, because it's guaranteed money, so he's getting 185 million now. So that's
Right,
guaranteed
but the
money.
date,
So it doesn't affect the cap.
the
So now
date
they have
mattered.
cap
It
room.
had to happen
Yeah,
before the
because
draft.
still this year he's technically paid
I
off
don't
his rookie contract. It's like next year is when this
Sure.
contract starts.
Yeah, they
right?
can structure however the fuck they want. It's
I don't know. That's
185
what I read.
hard-earned
Took me about
cash.
5 hours to read a paragraph, but that's what I saw.
No, thanks for putting in the
It
work.
seems like you got the main point across.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely have some thoughts on that. We'll touch on that, including the draft and the NFL. We're going to start Celtics, get your opinions on that. Move to the Bruins as the two playoff teams, and then we'll go to the NFL. Check in. What time's the draft start? Now?
It's now, yeah.
It's on now,
Okay.
yeah.
So we'll get some live updates from that, perhaps. And then we got a stellar Would You Rather and a Simplest Minds of the Week. So welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show Friday rewind, April 28th. Welcome to the show. And we are recording, so I promise this one will get put out.
Nice.
Last week's birthday show is in the vault.
You were fucked up.
Half of it's in the vault. The other half we didn't record, which
No,
was
because
probably
of-
the better half anyway. So
It was the better half too. Son of a bitch.
definitely, I don't remember it, but I'm sure it was good. Speaking of good, go to w.gg for all of your energy drink and energy consumption needs. That's w.gg. Put in Simple Minds for your promo code to get 15% off your gummies, your shakes, your drinks. Anybody looking for a lift? I'm looking at you, Mooney, Shark and Minnow. I know you're the guy. Go to w.gg. Simple Minds for 15% off all orders. All right, let's start Celtics and that poo-poo of a game, poo-poo of an ending, really. I mean, they dominated the entire game, like they've dominated most of the series, and good God, couldn't you see it coming? 5 minutes left in the game, up 10, 12 points, and Jason Tatum starts slothing his way up the court as a point guard. They run this set when they have a big lead every single time, and every single time it goes away. The lead goes away. They start shitting down their pants. Let's start there. Why do they continue to do this?
It's Bobby. Bobby, take it away. You know who it is.
The only thing I can think of is it's just what Tatum wants, and he's telling Missoula to do it so he could just jock and have the ball the whole time because it stops any form. The one thing that Missoula's actually done well is create a ball movement offense. They can score. He's actually an offensive pretty good there, and so then instead of continuing to do what's worked well to get the lead, they just let Tatum bounce the air out of the ball.
It's infuriating. It might go beyond Tatum and Missoula because it happens across the NBA. It might be a nerd thing, might be an analytical thing, might be get the ball in your best player's hands with the lead and a couple minutes left and drain the look, the idea of it is sound. You want to, with 4 minutes left, up 10, you start running the possessions. If you can score in half and they score in all of them, you still win, that type of thing. And if the ball's in your best player's hands, generally the percentage of the time of they scoring is better than anybody else. Problem is, they don't know how to fucking execute it. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to actually go out there and execute. And when Tatum gets a double team, it's like they completely go to half speed.
Well, yeah.
When they run that offense, as opposed
unless
to
you're
actually just
practicing
running
those
at full
sets
speed.
in real time, then all of a sudden you're just doing something you don't do.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you want the ball in the best ball handlers' hands during the end of the game, and not Tatum's, and get him open off screens and all that, instead of just having him come up the court and lollygag and jack up a three and miss it, and then be all shucks, I'm gonna walk back on defense because I missed that.
Yeah, Steph doesn't bring the ball up, especially in crunch time. I mean, he obviously is a point guard. He brings the ball up a lot, but in crunch time, watch. He's Reggie Miller in that bitch. They're giving him 5 screens to get him open for a shot. That's open, not a pick and roll with Marcus Smart at the top of the key. It's like,
Who's gonna flop and fucking either get a charge or a blocking call?
dude, you
one or the
got
other.
3 point guards. 2 of them are legit. Marcus Smart's an asshole. So as soon as they did that, you had the lazy turnover from Jason Tatum off a double team. That led to points for the Hawks. And then they came right back down, and Smart tried to force it into Tatum on a pick and roll. Again, turnover. Hawks went down. I think Bogdanovich hit a 3. Then after that, they finally get Jaylen Brown the ball, who'd been balling out all day. And wouldn't you know it, the curse got him too. He just stood around like a chicken with his head cut off at 3, tried to beat 3 guys, basically a turnover, got blocked on a really bad turnaround shot. And then miraculously, somehow, they still got the lead back. That was on the Time Lord rebound, right? Where they went back up by 1. 20 seconds left. Trae Young gets the ball, bringing it up. You saw before the play went off, the cameras keyed on Tatum. You saw him go, no foul, no foul, no foul. Blow the whistle, inbound the ball, foul. Marcus Smart.
He's the longest
guy.
tenured Celtic. He knows what he's doing out there.
Why? Will this change? Do you think that we assume they're going to get past the Hawks, right? So you got at least 5 more games in the playoffs here. If Marcus Smart continues to play the way he played down the stretch of Game 5, do we see him benched?
I hope so.
Was he going to replace him with Grant Williams, who he already benched?
Brogdon.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Derek White and Brogdon, that's what I'd want.
In Game 4, I was watching, and the Celtics pretty much had control, but they were salting the game away the way they should have done it in Game 5, just playing regular basketball. And Marcus Smart was on the bench till under 2 minutes. It was like 1:48 or whatever when they brought him back in. And I think they only brought him back in out of principle that Marcus Smart needs to be on the court to end the game because they were dominating the game. There's no reason for him to come back in. So Joey Maz, even Ime wouldn't really pull the ripcord on Marcus Smart, but he played like shit down the stretch.
Oh, Ime did. Ime benched him in that Golden State
game.
Well, Golden State series, you'd always see him on the bench.
Wrong. He single-handedly lost Game 4 at home in the Golden State series with 2 bad turnovers at the end. But you didn't have Brogdon, and Derek White wasn't the same Derek White. So last year is a different story. This year, you have 2 guys that are playing better than him. He should not be on the court.
The more Derek White's hairline recedes, the better he gets.
Dude, the fact that his headband won't actually cover the full end of his hairline.
Calling it a hairline is really inaccurate.
No, it's also insulting to proper hairlines like mine.
Quickly breaking news.
Ooh.
Panthers have selected Bryce Young, quarterback, Alabama.
Okay.
Here we go. Live update. Breaking news.
Live updates should be fun. Now it gets
started. So Will Levis isn't fucking.
Let's see if Mac Jones. Here we go. This is the Patriots time, baby. Here it is, number 2.
We'll skip ahead a little bit to a quick impromptu rumor has it. The big rumor the last 2 days around the Patriots where they were going to trade up to the number 2 pick with Houston, give them Mac Jones.
Yep. Here it is,
and
baby.
Get the number 2 pick.
Here it is.
That was never going to happen.
No, fuck no.
What asshole
When have you ever seen
actually put that on? And then what other asshole put this out in the real world?
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck you guys.
God, you're so salty, Ray. You're so sensitive.
Yeah, why are you standing up?
I don't know.
What do you have?
Yeah, no,
who doesn't like McAfee? He asked a question, I gave an answer. McAfee was the asshole that put that out into the mainstream. And he's really riding that DeAndre Hopkins, Pac-Man Jones inside
Pac-Man
scoop
Jones
too.
and I guess DeAndre Hopkins are like best friends. That's why that it leaked out like that.
Well, there's a large red flag on DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. Okay. When you're keeping up besties with Pac-Man.
His mother's blind. How dare you?
My bad. Okay, keep an eye on that, Ray. Let us know when Mac Jones is traded to Houston for the 2nd overall pick.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Beyond that, let's just get Smart fouls Trae Young. He goes in as, for whatever reason, Boston fans are chanting "Fuck you, Trae Young." Like, come on, man! You already used that on
chanting
Trae,
overrated before.
And you could stick with the overrated. Fuck you, Trae Young. It's just like, dude,
that's too much.
Too much. He didn't do anything to you.
Trae Young. No, you can't do that.
Fuck you, Trae Young. That's what you were hearing.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Fuck you. I know, rhythm and, fuck you, Trae Young. Then he went on to bury both of those in your fucking eyeball. And then next possession came down and buried a logo 3 in Jaylen Brown's eyeball. Put this one on Missoula and then team. Hey, there's one guy that can't shoot that last shot for the Hawks. That's it. There's only one guy that can't do it. I'll even win with a Bogdanovich 3 who's been nasty shooting the trays this series. How in the world do you let Trae Young run at you full speed, know he's going to pull up at the logo because that's his shot, and not have 2 guys on him and force the ball out of his hand?
Well, obviously it's Missoula's fault for not letting the defensive player of the year guard him. He had Brown on him.
Yeah, they got picked in a switch, but just go. Both of them go. Both of them go and pressure him up the court. Whatever there was, 11 seconds or something left. Like you just get the ball out of his hands and make somebody else make a play. There's no excuse for that. People giving Jaylen Brown a lot of shit. Like, yeah, he could have played a little bit closer, I guess, but they were in the penalty. Like Trae Young gross fouls, whatever.
You
He
wanna
hit a
foul.
fucking logo 3. Okay, I'm not too much. The defense could have been better, but they just should not have allowed him to shoot the ball. Period.
And DeJounte Murray wasn't even playing. I don't know if you mentioned that earlier, but I mean,
Yeah, their
fuck,
second best player.
that should have been the dagger right there. You got suspended for game 5. That should have been it. It should have been game over.
I knew from the jump that the Celtics played no defense, just none. The pick and roll, Trae Young was getting in the paint at will, and the pick and roll were getting buried, and they were killing them. Celtics were just running, and there was just no defense being played. That's the difference between game 4 and 5. They came out, Celtics did in game 4, and you could see they were defensively locked in, and like those are the games they win. When they still think that people are just going to lay down and give it to them. Like even the Hawks don't do that. It's still the NBA. It's still the playoffs. You got to go take every single game. Nothing's
They
coming
got some
to you.
real adversity here on the road. Game 6 here.
What did they say? What did Tatum say? Like they're not playing with their backs against the wall. They're kind of like relaxed going into that game last night. You know, not really playing like they needed to. Like that was it. Like they have been all season long.
I thought the quote I read that he had warned them that they can't do that, and it's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Although I'll even give them like, look, they had control. They had a 12-point lead, 6 to 12-point lead the entire game. There was the Hawks were never really in striking distance until they completely changed their offensive game plan with 4 minutes to go in the game, and then they literally shit their pants. They literally fucking puked all down their throat. So yeah, you're right, Bobby. Adversity here, game 6. You give momentum to the lesser team. DeJounte Murray's back. We'll see if that screws up Trae Young's kind of his momentum because he was burying shots left and right the other game. Talent should win out here. Celtics got 2 more games. You don't want to go to game 7 as you don't want your underdog coming into your house in a 2 versus 7 matchup in a game 7. That's
after the 1 versus 8 just got eliminated.
Yeah, that's got disaster written all over it. So bury these fuckers. Bury these guys tonight. Just quickly touch on the NBA real quick. The main pointers here. Jimmy Bucket. I'm still trying to get the agent move. I'm still trying to be his agent because
this is needed. We need this.
He looked real good in the Celtics. 56 points in game 4 against the Bucks, and then walked into Milwaukee and buried them, sent them packing in 5 games. Miami Heat did. But don't worry, Ray. It was not a failure, according to Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What an idiot.
Go on.
How can he have this opinion after winning a title already?
Because I don't know. Michael Jordan played 15 seasons and he only won 6 championships. So was the other 9, disappointments? Yes, they were.
Yeah,
if you don't win the fucking championship, it's a disappointment. You stupid fuck.
I'm pretty sure he'd be the first one to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why we liked Giannis too. Like he was so refreshingly competitive, and yeah, to hear him say that, it was a back and forth with the reporter, right? Maybe he just didn't like the reporter.
Well, I guess the reporter asked him the same question last year, asking if, being eliminated, was this a disappointing season for you, not winning at all? So he's like, oh, Eric, you asked this question last year. What did you strive for in your everyday life? You want to have a nice family. You want to get promotions and all that.
Nope, this is it, Giannis. It's to fucking troll you into this dumbass answer to get me clicks.
Yeah, and it worked. I fucking got you.
Guess what? My season was not a disappointment. Thank you, Giannis. Enjoy your win.
I covered the team perfectly all year and ended it with this cherry on top, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucker. Yeah, so pissy Giannis there after look, the path is cleared for the Celtics, even though the Heat are now in the way, or the Knicks. Toot, you fuckers. I told you the Knicks were serious. They play hard. If the Celtics get past the Sixers, the Heat and the Knicks will give them a series. They shouldn't, but they will. They just play hard, and the Celtics don't like to be pushed
I would just
around.
like to watch a series to just watch angry Jimmy Butler just running all over the court, yelling incessantly.
He'll show up for 4 out of 7 games and bury you. The other 3, he'll be a complete 0. And
yep,
we need that.
Jimmy's like, it's math, bitch. I don't need to play in all 7. Just need to win 4.
I didn't know that's how he spoke.
Neither. Those I didn't know you had a little.
It's how I would like him to speak.
Is that a Carolina accent? Because he's Michael Jordan's son, and he's
I would
from
assume it is.
I assume so too.
Yeah.
And then Warriors are back. Bye-bye Kings. That's too bad. That was a nice story, and the Warriors are lurking there as the Celtics bugaboo if they get there. And then just real quick, I just want to touch on Kawhi's load management skills over the past 4 years or whatever. How's that working out as he's torn a meniscus,
Stellar.
getting smoked by the Suns again?
Stellar. And fucking Paul George was gone too. I mean, that team sucks.
How'd you
They're
put it,
always-
Bobby?
Those two are literally stealing money from Ballmer.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, literally stealing it, just writing blank checks for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. As when this airs on Friday, we'll know whether the Celtics pulled it out or not. So all this commentary could be moot, but still good.
Breaking news before I go to headlines. Quickly, the Houston Texans have selected Ohio State quarterback and Heisman finalist C.J. Stroud, number 2.
Ooh. Wow.
So Patriots didn't trade Mac Jones.
No,
That's too
that's
bad.
breaking news in itself. Mac Jones still with the Patriots.
2 quarterbacks taken.
On the other side of headlines, I'd like a little Bobby Bukaki on CJ Stroud in that 2 pick. Bobby is our resident college football expert. And I just really like saying Bobby's Bukaki. So now anything that has to do with Bobby talking about anything, I think that's what I'm going to call it.
Bobby's Bukaki.
Bobby's Bukaki.
Yep.
Just going to
a
spill
nice
shit
ring to it.
all up on your face. Okay, let's throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. The teams that play in the Garden are like my erection in the 8th grade. They can't close out when it matters. Most. Sorry, Rich. First, the Celtics look to win game.
I did not see that coming. Wow. Well done.
First, the Celtics look to win Game 5 and end the series with the Hawks, but Trae Young said nay as he drilled a 30-footer and wins Game 5 and now forces a Game 6, which is happening as we record. The Bruins also had a chance to end a series, but Matthew Tkachuk wins it in overtime 4-3 and gives the Bruins Baltimore material by saying he will be back up in Boston for Game 7. Idiot. The game is Friday night in Florida. The Red Sox are 13-13 after losing a 3-game series with the Orioles and start a new series with the Guardians tonight. And finally, it's draft day. The Patriots hold the 14th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. And I ask you, gentlemen, other than Tom Brady, who is Bill Belichick's best draft pick of all time? Back to you, Richard.
Oh, jeez. Could have given us a little heads up on here.
Nope. Nope.
I think if you probably talk about overall value with the pick, I mean, I don't know. No, I wouldn't even say.
I have just right off the cups because we had no prep time for this.
Mhm.
Immediate impact, maybe best like peak performer. Richard Seymour is up
Yeah,
there.
Richard Seymour.
In terms of a career, McCourty's got to be mentioned, and maybe Vince Wilfork.
Wow. You didn't even say one of the ones I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Robert
think
Gronkowski.
yeah, and then Edelman, 6th round
Edelman,
pick turns into
mhm.
Edelman. That's probably the best value pick.
Yeah, I don't even give him credit for Edelman. He's a fucking 7th round wide receiver. That I give him more credit on the
Quarterback.
coaching side.
Quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, Gronk's certainly a good one. Took the flyer on him. I think I put more value into good picks when it's like a flyer. Like Gronk was a 2nd round pick, but if it didn't have injury, he would have been a top 10 guy. So it's like, yeah, there's value there, and that's great. We've just been buried with value for so long. It's like when you're put in that position to make a good 2nd round pick or good 1st round pick, and it actually pans out. Dante Hightower would be another good pick.
Yeah.
Even Gerard Mayo, like you're in that so many busts
Yeah.
in the middle of the 1st round, beginning of the 1st round. That's really pressure because that guy's supposed to be an impact player, you know. And McCourty was a high 2nd
Seymour
round,
based off of it. I think he was the number 6 pick.
Yeah, Seymour's probably the best talent and
Yeah.
most of it got out of it. But yeah, good question, Ray. We could always circle back to that. It's more fun doing the worst picks. N'Keal Harry.
Boom, done.
That's
Boom, done. Okay, I like this. I like pushing in the draft talk. Keep us going as the drafts are
Absolutely.
made there,
If Mac
right?
Jones gets traded, I'll let you know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Before we
absolutely.
before we get into that, we got to touch on the Bruins here. And the curse of the Tuukka butthole, is it back? Should
Yes.
we be talking about this? The game was lost pretty much on Olmark's ridiculously stupid decision to leave the crease and give up basically an open netter to Kachuk there in overtime. But what a heartbreaker. Like I said, I mentioned it in the opening. They dominated this game. At one point in the second period, it was like 40 shot attempt. The first 40 shot attempts were the Bruins. They just dominated. Second period, even the first period wasn't bad, but second period, certainly third period, they absolutely dominated. They just couldn't finish their chances. They had a couple in the first period, and then they just couldn't bury it when they needed to. And really what it came down to were three bad plays and a stupid turnover. Yeah, the Bertuzzi turnover, who just no look past it in front of the net, led to a goal. You had the stupid Lauzo penalty that wasn't really a penalty; it was barely a penalty that led to the power play, and then Omark's dumbass fucking play in overtime.
That's the one that was the worst. I mean, obviously it is a game winner, but I mean, Jesus Christ, stay in your fucking net.
Yeah, just play a disciplined game, especially in your own zone, and this series would be over. The losses that they've given up have been purely on turnovers and dumb mistakes in their own zone. Game 2 was just atrocious, but this one wasn't as bad and wasn't as egregious. But I guess credit to Florida for taking advantage of it. You know, they only had when you have 5 chances, 5 real chances to score goals, and you're scoring 4 of them. That's pretty good percentage.
Yeah,
and it's not even really on Olmark. He played pretty well. It's not like he gave up any softies, really. I ask you this, Ray. Toot, Bill, if you're listening, where's Pasta? Where's David Pastrnak?
Counting those Benjamins after that rich deal he just signed. That's where he's at. We said that last year that he doesn't show up, and Bill said, no, he's always playoff Pasta. Watch him go in there. He's a ghost, man.
I've felt like I've had infrared sights on my head. The fights I've had with Bill and David Pastrnak in the playoffs. David Pastrnak's a point a game player in the playoffs, but my point has always been, does he get any of those points when it matters? Has he ever lifted his team up when they need it? No, he's gone completely silent. I think he had a hat trick a couple years ago in a meaningless game. He scored 2 goals. That's it in this series, and both of them were meaningless. He hasn't had one impact play all season, and he's got 1 billion turnovers. He's played like shit, and he's been a complete zero.
Was it game 1 or 2 that he had he had a goal and assist? Was that?
He didn't have an assist. He has no assist. Game 1, he got the nice little apple from Bertuzzi, the no look, which was an open netter. Yeah. And then the other goal he had was the breakaway when the game was essentially salted away, and he deked the fuck out of, I think it was Lions. Yeah. But other than that, the dude's been an absolute zero. Absolute zero. Either that or he's turned the puck over.
You know, it's not a zero. His bank account. Because he got paid.
I thought you were going to go with a real toot on your own there and say Taylor Hall.
I don't like to rub salt in any wounds there, Richard. You're already very
taking
salty.
the high road. Very nice.
Yeah,
you just forgot. You just forgot.
No. I don't forget. I have receipts,
no.
baby. I have receipts. Don't worry about it.
I have been very hard on Taylor Hall, who's also been a zero in his couple playoff appearances with the Bruins and most of his career. And Ray, you, with no background information or facts or anything whatsoever, took the opposite side of that argument, and now you get to gloat about it. So
no, I don't like to gloat.
The other side of the pasta, he played over 20 minutes last night, and Taylor Hall, I felt like was barely on the ice, and he was the fastest guy out there. He was just buzzing around.
What was that guy's name on Mighty Ducks? The guy I couldn't stop. Luis Gonzalez? No. Racist.
Luis Taco Bell.
Mendoza. Luis Mendoza.
Luis Taco Bell.
That's close. Yeah. So you'd think, again, it's similar to the Celtics. They got to go now on the road, game 6, and close this one out. I feel like it's going to be a lot harder for the Bruins to close it out than it should be for the Celtics. The Panthers are still playing tough, and they still got some talent on there. But yeah, if you just go in there and play a mistake-free game, then they should win.
Oh, okay. Next segment, because I have a. Boop, 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 boop.
I like ending segments on the boop boop boop. Go ahead.
Okay. There's been a trade.
Ooh, trade. Boop, 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 boop. You know what? Save that for the next segment.
That's
We'll-
why I said, say, wait, let's go. Let's. Boop, 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 boop.
Okay, and we're back. And our next segment is the NFL draft. So we have a trade in the NFL draft.
The Arizona Cardinals, who held the 3rd overall pick, have traded that pick to the Houston Texans, and they select Will Anderson Jr., defensive end, Alabama.
What they give up for it?
I will tell
They
you.
picked 2 and 3. That
I'll
doesn't
tell you.
happen much.
Okay, I'd like to now do a. We'll come back to. We're gonna have a couple segments of Bobby Bukaki. Let's hear about the players that have been selected. Your opinion on those first 3 picks, and then I'll get to the Patriots, and we'll hear about some more players that we should hear their names tonight. Spray it on us, Bobby.
Bryce Young, he is the best player. This is my initial impression of Bryce Young. I think he'll be drafted and he'll be a good starter for 5 years, and then he'll physically break down because I'm literally the same size as him. So
Tall.
he's the best player. He can move. He's smart. He can throw. He's played in a pro system now under Bill O'Brien, and I forget their offensive coordinator from last year. I think it was Sarkisian. So he knows what he's doing, but I think he will physically break down. I think the Panthers are just drafting him to get their team stabilized, and then they'll probably figure it out after that. CJ Stroud he's dumb. He's not smart. They have a test. They score it on 0 to 100. Bryce Young, it's like a video game, and it tests your reaction skills. Bryce Young scored a 98. CJ Stroud scored an 18. And plus he went to Ohio State and he majored in like cooking. Ohio State runs like a one read offense because they have 4 pro receivers on their team at all times. So last year he had Jackson Smith and Jigba, Olave, Garrett Wilson. Olave and Garrett Wilson were drafted in the like 12 and 11. They both had successful pro careers. Basically, they run one read. He looks to him. If the guy's open, he throws it to him and he gets it. He can throw the football. But after that, it's just like,
Forget it.
we're done. We're done. It's just that's it. I don't think he's going to be particularly successful.
Me no, coach. Me no.
Yeah, he's similar to his predecessor, Mr. Dwayne Haskins.
R.I.P.
Okay. Thank you for the Bukaki there.
Oh,
We'll
and
get
Will
back to it.
Anderson, he's nasty. He's going to smack the shit out of some people.
Nice. The next JJ Watt in Houston.
Yeah.
A lot of hub and nothing.
I haven't found out what he got the trade for. I don't know what they gave up, but I'm
Okay.
assuming
Well, they
it's,
had the 12th pick, so they probably gave him that.
yeah, but I'm assuming there's future first and blah,
Yeah, there's
blah,
got to
blah,
be
blah,
something
blah,
else
blah.
with it, but yeah.
Let's shift gears and do the Patriots, who are sitting at 14. What do they do? What do they do now that we've known trading up to the second overall pick is off the table? Miraculously, I don't know how that didn't come true. I'll just throw it to you. Just open table. What do you think? Throw it all out there. Any rumors you got? Any gut feeling? Whatever you think they should do. As we are now finally here. There's been a lot. There hasn't been a ton of draft talk. There generally isn't around the Patriots because they're so boring with it. But it's been all. It's all about Mac Jones. So I feel like we haven't done a lot of this. So here's the time. What do you think?
Left tackle or wide receiver not named Zay Jones. I mean, Zay Flower.
I'm gonna let you go, Bukaki, but I'm gonna throw water on anything that has to do with a W and an R. They are not taking wide receiver at 14. No chance.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
JFSN is there. You take them.
Nope. Well, I mean, if that's what you want, sure. I can see that. I like the talent. Everyone said that kid's a knockout. Bill Belichick ain't doing it. No chance. No fucking chance.
This is what I think they should do. I don't think they should pick at 14 if they have the ability. I either think they should trade up and get a better player or trade down and get more top 100 players. They have 11 or 12 draft picks. They don't need 11 or 12 players. They already have 75 players. And plus they like to sign, they're going to sign other free agents and undrafted guys. Like they should come away with like 6 or 7 guys. So if it was me, I would leverage everything to get 4 players in the top 100 and then, a couple flyers at the end. And it's either, move into the the 8 or 9 range to get like what's kind of like left over out of the 2 better corners or the best tackle. I think there's really only one draftable tackle out of the ones that are left there. Instead of maybe picking the leftovers at 14, then you're getting like the 3rd best corner, the 4th best tackle. Maybe you can get the best wide receiver, but I agree that they just wouldn't do that. If they had to pick at 14, it depends on what's there as to what they would do. But for me, it's a strong corner draft. Unless they're getting one of the best guys, I don't think I think they can get almost as good corners going down. And if the best tackles are off the board, then you're reaching for a tackle. So now they're in this strange position of what are we drafting? Like, what are we doing? And then that's when they would probably take an edge guy.
If they if they determine that they're going to stick at 14 and take the best
Well,
player
if
or
they
the best
can, I
value.
mean, maybe maybe somebody doesn't want to move into that pick.
They have 4 6th-round picks and 3 4th-round picks.
Yeah.
They got a shit ton of picks.
Yeah.
And I was reading, I think it's Bedard today that said, yeah, it's similar to what you said, Bob. Like 14 is just a bad spot to be in. There's like
Not great.
8 or 9 maybe like can't miss guys. And then from there, it's a lot of bunch talent, and it all kind of depends on what you're looking for, what you're doing. So, I mean, good news, bad news. Good news is Bill Belichick is very adept at trading down, and we've seen it more times than not. Bad news is you'd like to see some real top end talent come onto this team.
Yeah.
And also, if they do pick at 14, there's no guarantee that they pick the best player at edge position. They picked Cole Strange last year.
Oh God, stop!
In their
Don't
first
even
round.
do it.
So you could get a combo tackle guard at 14. Very well could happen.
The more I think about these things, it's just that like I don't particularly care what player they get, as long as that they're at an impact position. Basically anything other than interior offensive or defensive line, and they can play. They just need to be able to be good. Like they need to be an impact day one starter. Like
wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, exactly. Like whether if they draft a corner and the guy's their number 1 corner day 1, fantastic. If they draft an edge guy and he's out there playing defense, okay, great. If they draft a tackle and he's a tackle for 5 years, okay, excellent. They just need to draft a player that plays. They have too many holes to be picky.
Well, it won't be Anthony Richardson because the Colts just took the 3rd quarterback off of the draft.
Will Levi's still on the board?
God, these fucking teams, will they ever learn of not?
Do you know what they said? The next Cam Newton has been selected by the Indianapolis Colts.
The next
Anthony Richardson.
That's fine. We'll see him here in New England in 12.
Bukaki, anything on Anthony Richardson?
He was a bad college football player that is a very good athlete. I mean, he is an absolute stud of an athlete, but he is not particularly good at football. You could have said the same thing about like someone like Josh Allen. So if he's coached appropriately, he could be excellent, or he could just continue to be a bad player.
Well, you're in Indy, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep the NFL talk going. We talked about. Let's pick up Bobby's opening take on the Lamar. So Lamar Jackson got his bag. He got 5 years, $260 million, $185 million guaranteed, the largest contract in NFL history, coming from the savant negotiators that are the Baltimore Ravens.
They tore a tough line.
Tough line.
Ray, I wonder what that call was when they finally had to call his mother and say, like, all right,
here's the deal. Home?
And she's like, go ahead, tell me what it is. I want to know.
They picked up and they're like, yo, it's Meek. It's like, yo, Meek.
This was probably a deal that's been on the table for like 2 months, and Lamar's like, fuck it, sign it.
It is interesting. Jalen Hurts got 255. Lamar got 260.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts' guarantee was what, 70, 72 or something like that?
I think it was 180, and his is like 185 or something.
Yep. No. Lamar's is like 70, I think.
Is it? I thought it was 180-ish.
No, Lamar's is 185 guaranteed. You're talking about Jalen Hurts?
I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. I thought it was pretty low.
Hold on, keep talking.
Although 70 would be real low for 250 contract, right?
I think it's like
maybe
I think it's like
170. 170.
feel
Oh,
like there's a
179.
179?
179 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was a 7 in there, but 180 is
It's
probably
actually 110 million in fully guaranteed money at the point of signing, and 179 million is guaranteed in the event of an injury. So that motherfucker's gonna get hurt.
So, was this the Ravens waiting for someone to set the market and then really have nowhere else to go? Because Jalen Hurts is a lot more comparable to Lamar than Deshaun Watson's stupid deal or
A fairly
even
good
Kyler
comparison.
Murray. I mean, Kyler Murray is pretty close to the bone now it's all said and done, but could this just be the Ravens going, all right, fuck, like these guys are just going to get paid, so might as well just bend over and take it.
But would you take him? Would you
Yeah.
give that bag to him?
Yes, it's the NFL. Like, he's a top
Yeah.
whatever. He's a former MVP. He's on your team. You have to do it. And just you can't like go back into the draft and try and find a Will Levi or whatever his goddamn name is. Like, he's Lamar Jackson. We understand his faults. We've been shitting on him for years, but like, dude, not the Tom Brady's not walking through the door. You got to take the best that you can get, and you got to pay him because they're all getting paid. Everyone's getting paid. Mac Jones is going to get paid $35 to $40 million by somebody in 2 years. It's happening. Daniel fucking Jones just got 40 million. So yeah.
Over Belichick's dead body, he's going to tank that career all the way down, baby.
Fine, then Zappy's going to get it.
I wonder what Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence
he
gets
is.
paid. I wonder what Trevor Lawrence gets paid. I think he's going to be the next big contract that you're going to see. Well, actually, no, Joe
280.
Burrow.
Yeah, this is what happens in all this shit. Everyone just tops each other. The market just keeps going up. The NFL just keeps printing money, so people just keep getting paid. The negotiation is interesting to me. To Bobby's point, is like, what? So you drag this guy for months and months and months, and then finally he wanted 230 guaranteed, and you gave him 185, and it's like, win? What?
The only benefit I could possibly see is maybe because they put the non-exclusive tag on him, that somebody could have blown him away with some sort of trade offer. Like maybe somebody comes out of the woodwork and offers him the Russell Wilson deal, 3 firsts, and then they're like, yes. But other than that, they're like, okay, then we wait, offer him the deal, and we're done. Let's go. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I think money had to have been a part. They had to have caved on the money. Had
Oh,
to.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
had to have inevitably just come to the point of like, this is just what we have to pay.
Yeah.
Well, Jalen Hurts, like you said, when you see that kind of money getting paid to him, you're like, oh, fuck. We have no other choice but to make this guy the next highest paid guy.
That's an insane deal too. I don't know if we talked about it on here. Like,
We
is that
probably
just
did, but we didn't
Billy
record it.
busting nuts like on a Super Bowl run on a kid that's barely proven? I like him, but god damn.
And they didn't need to. They have another year after that. They just didn't need to do it. They must have they feel so strongly about him that he was going to have another nasty year and that the price would be so much more after that they want to lock it in now.
It's
Yeah,
all that
sure,
guaranteed money, but it's all the guaranteed money. You can put that aside and fuck with the cap. So then you can still bring in guys and help make that team better. So now you're getting rid of your top paid guy because your quarterback's always going to be your top paid guy. Now you can go out and get a Derrick Henry type player now in the draft, trade for it in the draft.
Yeah, they can shuffle the money, but like that's why I think if you're the Ravens, you look at Kyler Murray's deal. The Cardinals are idiots. You look at Deshaun Watson's deal. Well, the Browns are idiots. You look at the Eagles and their track record as a team's not. But you look at their history with quarterbacks, their most recent history with quarterbacks, and identifying them. I don't know. Do you really want to pin your hopes on? You understand what I mean? Like, so they decided to pay Jalen Hurts because they think he's really great. Well, how do we know the Philadelphia Eagles know Jalen Hurts is really great? Because they thought Carson Wentz was really great, and they won the Super Bowl with Nick Foles and let him walk. They thought McNabb was the guy forever, and he didn't do shit. So, I don't know. You just
They could have thought he was an asshole internally, but he was just their best option.
yeah. Speaking of assholes, Aaron Rodgers, head of the Jets. That finally went down this week, basically for 2 seconds, a second and a conditional. Second that could be a first
if he plays over 65% of the snaps this year.
This year, yeah, which is no guarantee for sure with the 38-year-old Aaron Rodgers who gets hurt when
Just
he sneezes.
depends on if he has the right mix of crystals.
Yeah, crystals around his neck.
Yeah,
around his balls.
Yeah, that one plays too. Who won? Which side do you like here? Before we get into the repercussions on the Patriots, Aaron Rodgers will have.
Well,
I
Jets
think
got
both
better.
teams get something they want. I think they both there's a win in each side. I mean, the Jets will be a competitive team for the first time in a decade, and the Packers are out of that deal.
Raymond.
Yeah, the Jets. I think the Jets got better. I think Aaron Rodgers going there is going to make this AFC East division like the most watched kind of thing, like we thought last year with the AFC West when I was totally wrong. But I think this year it's going to be very competitive. I think Aaron Rodgers leaving Green Bay, they think it's going to be grassy greener on the other side, but Jordan Love sucks, so they have to address that need very, very fast. But may I just say something real quick? The NFL draft fucking sucks. It is 8:50 and we only have 4 goddamn picks. How does it take an hour to make fucking 4 picks?
They
At this
really
point, the
milked this thing.
Patriots will be drafting at like midnight.
Midnight. It's
We
fucking
watched-
stupid.
We tried to
We got
live stream the
drunk.
Mac Jones draft. We got so drunk. It was like 1 o'clock by the 14th pick 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Seahawks just drafted Devin Witherspoon from Illinois, cornerback. Bobby,
Interesting.
Bobby liked that. Bobby liked that one.
I'm
don't
more
care.
surprised, but I think he's a good. He's a great player. He's great. I just remember watching him in the games against Michigan. He was all over their players. You couldn't. He's very physical. He is the best corner in the draft. I just thought that they were going to take the guy from Georgia, Carter, the lineman.
You just got Bukkake.
Georgia.
All right, let me say my piece here on the Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. This is gonna fail so beautifully bad for
I
the
hope
Jets.
so.
It's gonna start out nice and rosy, and when the weather's nice and Aaron Rodgers is out there slinging it around, people are gonna go all confetti for this thing. But eventually, something's gonna happen. Either Aaron Rodgers is gonna get hurt or nicked up, or his wide receivers aren't going to do what he wants them to do, or his offensive line is going to crumble a little bit, or the coaching, Robert Saleh, what experience does he have dealing with the level of douchebaggery that is Aaron Rodgers? It's the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. You have the most incompetent franchise in maybe the history of the NFL with one of the most delusional athletes that we've seen in our generation. He's up there with Kyrie and LeBron. That combination has no chance of truly working. And by truly working, I mean, for that to really be a success, consider a success for the Jets, they have to be at least competing for the AFC Championship. They have to be pushing the Bills for the division and pushing to the AFC Championship. If they just look, the Packers went 8-9 last year with Aaron Rodgers. The Jets, what did the Jets get? 7 or 8 wins too?
I think they had 6 or 7.
Yeah,
I'd say.
that's 6. Yeah.
So what's Aaron Rodgers? Is Aaron Rodgers in this time of his career worth 10 wins? Like, no, he's not. I just am not as high on this as a lot of people. And in terms of last place in the AFC East for the Patriots, I don't agree with that either. The people Tua Tagovailoa is 1 hit away from being truly scrambled eggs in his fucking helmet. 1 hit away. And then you got old man Rodgers. And then, the recency bias with the Patriots, forget that Mac Jones was a very capable quarterback as a rookie, and they have an actual offensive staff now on their team with still a top 10 defense, and albeit a slumping Bill Belichick. But they're all going to be right there. The Jets, the Patriots, and the Dolphins will be competing for second place with somewhere between 8 to 10 wins. That's what's going to go down. And the Bills are going to probably regress and be around 11, 12 wins, flirting with disaster like they always do, and then, squeak out the division. That's my prediction. It's not going to be, they're not going to go
think that
blazing in New York.
The Patriots, the Dolphins, they don't deserve all the respect that they get. That's for sure. I think that the Jets are probably going to be better than the Dolphins, and I'll wait to see before I give my my Patriots and how I think that they're going to finish here. But yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty early. But yeah, I mean, I can see how the layman looking on paper would certainly say, yeah, Patriots 4th.
Yeah. I mean, they could come in 4th, but it's not a slam dunk. Those 3 teams, I think, are all relatively mediocre to maybe a little bit better. Tua can stay healthy and they can keep it together, then fine. Yeah, sure, they should be pretty good. But that's an if. All the amount of ifs that have not come true for the Dolphins for the past 20 years, you could stack that up the alpha over. They just never come through. They never come through down there.
And I don't know, is Rogers going to be able to handle living in New Jersey? He's been living in Green fucking Bay. Those people have been walking around picking up whatever garbage that falls from him. These assholes in New Jersey, first of all, half of those scumbags won't even know who he is. They'll just think he's some like tourist that's lost. Okay? And they're just going to be like, he is going to absolutely hate New Jersey. He is going to want to get out of there by November.
Especially now that he's gone into this whole like
Fuck New
holistic
Jersey.
mecca fucking ideology where he likes to live in the desert and go away and hang upside down in dark rooms or whatever. Yeah, no, the last place you want to be if you have that type of hippie mentality. He's definitely going to go get some place in Soho or Brooklyn or whatever and just like hang out with fucking Birkenstocks on around the East River that smells like diapers. And it can't, eventually it's got to get to him. Eventually it's got to get to him. I just don't see it happening, Ray. You disagree. You're very gung-ho on the Patriots coming in last place, so put your money where your mouth is. Right now, speak to it the same way you poke the bear of the captain of the Mac Jones Club on our text exchange with some actual words.
Tell me where the holes are. Tell me where the holes are in the Buffalo Bills and the New York
holes in
the Dolphins. Where are the holes? Where
Can you give me a picture and I'll point?
I just gave you it. The plate of scrambled eggs that's in the helmet of Tua Tagovailoa.
But if this is a new season. If he comes in healthy, they can. They're also going to be getting Dalvin Cook. There's rage rumors that they're going to get Dalvin Cook. That opens up the play action. That helps so they're not just coming after him and scrambling his brain.
Now?
No, I'm just saying, if they get Dalvin Cook, I think that helps them out. I mean, look at Buffalo. Buffalo's always the top echelon of the division right now.
Buffalo. I'm not talking about Buffalo.
The Jets don't have any. They had one of the best defenses last year. They had a top 10 defense, and now you get a quarterback that doesn't fuck mothers. He just does a little drugs out in the woods by himself in dark rooms. Fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Hold on. I want to go back to that other point. You're saying it like it's a bad thing. Moms need love too, you asshole.
Can I give you some actual stat? Aaron Rodgers was 13th in quarterback rating last year on an 8-9 Packers team that had a roster that probably rivaled what the Jets was. Their defense was pretty good. The Packers division sucked, and they went 8-9.
Sucked.
Look it up. You are not wrong.
Zappy almost had him in Green Bay.
That's true. Aaron Rodgers, as the 13th best quarterback in the NFL, does not lift a 6-win team to higher thresholds. I'm sorry, he just doesn't. And he's got to deal with diapers in New Jersey. And apparently he can't fuck moms. So how many restraints are we going to put on this guy?
That part's bullshit. I don't agree with that.
Sorry, I didn't mean it, Billy's. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's just trying to prove his point, and he's looking at the statistics and watching how wrong he is. Watch his face. Watch his eyes just die right in front of us. You got any more draft picks? I'd like to put some more bukkake on those.
There's another trade. The Lions just traded with the Cardinals for the 5th pick.
Oh, there you go. Last point. Throw in the NFL before we wrap up here. Just an update down here in Washington. Technically, Dan Snyder still owns the team. That deal has not gone through.
He wants his every dime.
If you've been keeping up with that the Pistons owner and Magic Johnson group put up whatever it was $6.7 billion, and then they had some like superhero DC evangelistic guy come in through and put up $7 billion. Come to find out, that guy actually doesn't have any fucking money and owes like a bunch of people like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So now like the hubbub is Dan Snyder's just throwing in like ghost accounts, trying to bump up the bid or like keep the team or destroy the whole fucking
hell yes
the whole deal. He hasn't sold it yet. He hasn't signed the dotted line.
Good for him.
He's got it though. The FBI is coming after him. He's going to take that $7 billion and get on a plane to whatever country that's not going to send him back to the United States. We'll never hear from him
Epstein
again.
Island. He's going to Epstein Island.
Pretty sure they got caution tape around that place now, but someplace
he'll be able to buy it.
There.
He'll be able to buy it.
That's true. Yeah, we're all rooting for Snyder to revamp Epstein Island. It's a Hollywood's a world of remakes. That's what Snyder's back. That's what Snyder's next play is.
He's like, I know how to get back in good public favor.
Yeah,
they're ranked 18th last year. You douche.
In top of the league. Quick break, and we'll go with Would You Rather.
Oh, excuse me. I'll get my phone ready.
Sky rockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Whoop. You guys have it, I think. afternoon delight.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
Our stellar segment of Would You Rather. I have a couple here. And then Ray, I know you have a couple more on the Z-rated.
The Quay.
The Quay. Okay, I'll go with this one. Just a very simple, very sports-oriented, New England sports-oriented question. I thought it was relevant now that Aaron Rodgers is the savior of New York, according to BotPod there. Would you rather be a New York Jets fan or a New York Yankees fan?
Yankees, because they win.
Right now.
I'd rather be a Yankee fan because if you're a Jets fan, you just look like you make poor life choices.
The Yankees have not won in a very long time and continue to be the most underachieving team in baseball.
Yeah, but at least they made the playoffs.
Well, that's
Plus
where the
Jets,
bar's at
the
now.
green, it looks stupid.
Like Raymond High.
Yeah.
Give me those pinstripes.
I saw the varsity jacket. I have this closet in the basement where we keep stuff, and in there was the jacket. I took it out. I was like, "Oh, this
does it still fit?"
We should all pop that. We should all pop that jacket on next show.
Done.
All right, I'll get it.
Mine's over there, I think. Yeah.
Get the Dadas too.
The problem with the Yankees fans, though, now you have to converse and be a part of that fandom. You have to be engulfed into those douchebags. I feel like Jets fans own a level of misery that I can get down with. As Red Sox fans in the 90s, Patriots fans before Brady, Celtics fans through the 90s, like Bruins fans ever. There's a level of depression that I can certainly connect with. Yankees fans are so hoity-toity and douchey when they haven't won shit in over 10 years, and before that was another 10 years. I'm going, as much as I hate the Jets, and really, I'm going Jets.
Wow.
Give me the Jets, Kelly Green misery.
An immediate reversal to your previous take.
Yeah. Yeah,
well, no, I just said they weren't going to. I just said they weren't going to be good, which very much goes with. Just give me the beers and the Kelly Green fucking jersey. Let's go. And the fireman hat. It's fine. Cheap seats. You know what you're getting yourself into every year. They're gonna suck. No problem. Let's go. I got open Sundays. I can do shit, rake the yard, whatever. I don't have to watch the games. Man,
done.
I'm in. I'm a Jets fan now. Next up, would you rather be forced to? This one's for you, Ray. And would you rather be forced to
Bobby, you son
always
of a bitch.
wear wife beaters or wear sports jerseys
even
with
gonna
other
answer this
grown men's
question.
names on their back in public?
Wife beaters.
The beater.
That's the dumbest question you could have
Yeah,
asked.
so
It
stupid.
should have been better. That could have been a better question.
Why wouldn't you want to wear a wife beater? It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Loser.
I'm just asking why you would ever want to wear a jersey.
And I tuck my shit in
fuck up,
double like
Rich.
Greg Greason. Tucking into my underwear.
Do you really?
Goddamn
You do the-
right.
You do the double
Greg
G
Greason
burger?
taught me that. That
The
way it
double
never comes
G-burger?
out.
Nice. So a little bit of that cotton is rubbing up on your shaft all day. Just giving you a tease.
It just gives me a nice tickle all day. Keeps me in a good mood.
Yeah, you're constantly at half mast just in case.
How do you hide your boner though?
Why would you hide it? Why?
Well, you never hide your boner. I got a boner in the 6th grade in art class, and I had to hide in my
Last
pant-
one ever.
elastic band in my pants. That's a layup. God damn.
Last one ever.
So was that like the beginning of puberty? You couldn't control it, or what? Or what did Ashley Porter walk by? What happened?
No,
You want a
Nicole
quarter?
Smith.
Go
Nicole
suck.
Smith walked into the class.
Oh, we're gonna have to beat that.
6th grade Ray was like, "Give me some of
Yeah.
that."
That was 12-year-old.
No, she was more. She was in 8th grade when I was in 6th grade.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
nothing
okay.
like 8th grade pussy.
Real fun story there, Ray.
Yep.
So you're taking it over your extensive collection of other dudes' names on your back.
Yep.
Got it. Cool.
Yep.
How much money do you think you've spent on jerseys in your
Uh-huh.
life?
No.
Approaching 10 grand?
No.
Oh,
Dude,
because you get,
Wuhan,
you
baby.
get it from China. The
Yeah,
30 bucks a
Wuhan, baby.
piece.
Yeah.
Got it.
So maybe like 300.
Okay. Ray, you're up.
Would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake, or sit on a cake and eat a dick?
So aggressive from the beater talk.
Would you rather be a Jets fan or a Yankees fan?
Yeah, I'm such a pussy. Let's get down to the real brass tacks here.
Yeah.
Now, is this your sixth grade little boner dick, or is this a grown man?
Grown man.
Big
Grown man
Wood
dick.
style?
Average dick, 5 inches.
Yeah, I'm definitely sitting on a cake. This
You're gonna eat a
Right.
dick.
not that bad. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the taste of cake that much, so I can't imagine it's that much different.
What's the frosting on the cake?
I just don't want to
hate-
get rammed up my ass. Like I
Vanilla.
don't. I feel like
Just
it's a pretty
plain vanilla.
easy choice.
Well, no, can I just sit on it like flat? It doesn't have to be up the butt.
No. It's an erection. It's an erection.
Yeah, I know, but can I just sit on it? So
No,
it's,
you're
like,
getting
flat,
penetrated.
not
This
like-
is the
No,
whole
yeah,
point.
it's gonna go in your butthole, Bill.
Oh, then I
If
wanna
we're
sit on
gonna
the cake.
if we're gonna eclair this bitch, that's an easy. That's an easy
Yeah.
answer. But no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an eeasy one. Ray, you're taking it up the ass.
No, I'm gonna eat that cake and no. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where his head's at. He's like, oh man, I'd like some fucking cake.
Yeah, I want cake, man. I'll sit on a dick and eat some cake. Fuck it.
Freudian slip right there, you fat
Oh,
fuck.
Sorry.
Oh, frosting.
I don't even feel it.
Yeah. That's the best cake I've ever fucking had in my life. Oh.
This isn't really a would you rather, but
Well,
you
that's
have to have
the
a threesome with one male actor. Who would it be?
You want me to name my Devil's Threesome participant?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Want me to go, boys? I'll go. Ryan Reynolds. Boom.
Who?
Ryan Reynolds. Handsome motherfucker.
I'm gonna go Seth Rogen.
Mm,
Why? Wait. Why?
So I'm gonna get the better of this situation.
yeah,
I
that's
feel
why
like
I was trying to think of a spindly little person that way I would
Backwards?
no.
All right.
We don't need any
Oh.
cops in this. No, I just feel like physically maybe a touch above, but we could maybe get in some real method. He could really talk us into some method
He
flows.
can make you laugh while you're doing everything.
Yeah, he'd give me some giggles. He'd be a fun partner. Oh no, I said Seth Rogen. I meant Jonah Hill. Either one. They're both fat fucks. Either one is fine. I'll take both of them. I don't care. I feel like
Wow.
yeah, I'll go
Oh.
train with Seth Rogen and
Nice.
yeah,
Good for
Jonah
you.
Hill.
Robert?
Give me Zappy.
All right, last one. I got one
Let's
last one.
get dominated, Vine.
Yeah. Would you
Zappy don't play.
Well, he's a
We'll see.
starter. He's starting in the NFL. Would you rather
Really
give
doesn't
up porn or sex for 1 year? I'll go. I already gave up sex for a year. So I'm not giving up that porn, baby.
Porn? That's porn?
Porn.
That was a bad closer.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, hold on.
No, we're done. That's it. You
No,
don't get
if you got
rebuttals.
$10,000 a day for every day you didn't masturbate, how many days could you last?
As many as I want. I have self-control, especially if you're paying me 10 fucking grand. Okay? Are you meaning to tell me that
Yeah,
if
you
I gave
can't
you
keep
10
your hand
grand a
off your
day, you
dick.
couldn't touch your dick?
Like 20 grand's pretty good.
Yeah.
I could buy a boat.
I could
Ah,
probably
might be
go.
enough.
I'd probably go. I could go a week. Seven
You mean it's
7 days.
But then after 70, you're like, it's enough.
No, it's not like you're having sex. You can't have sex. It's like you can't. It's like a
So now you're
garden of
talking
Eden
about
down there.
you're talking about a potential
you s-
health concern.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to start getting into like
You have to
meditation,
clean that pipe out, man.
yoga.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's that guy on American Pie where he was doing all those fucking weird Indian things? Not Native American, Bobby. Sorry, it was the Indian Kama Sutra books or something like that.
There you
What was
go.
it
Yeah,
called?
yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Bang
talking
Stifler's
about-
mom.
I wasn't talking about Native Americans, Bobby. No.
Fine, no, I'm not. I totally understand.
No, thank you.
That was what I did originally. Yeah, no, that's an easy one too. Okay,
Oh, fuck you.
gone off the rails here. Simplest minds of the week when we get back.
Did you pay for the fucking Zoom?
I don't know. I haven't. The whole thing's been screwed up. I don't know what's happening.
Perfect.
We are recording though, right?
Yeah. Hopefully this comes out tomorrow.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
We'll see. Okay, our first candidate for Simplest Minds of the Week is one Marley Riviera. This was a reporter from ESPN who was fired this week for calling another reporter a, quote, fucking cunt, end quote, as they were both trying to elbow their way into an interview with Aaron Judge as he was signing baseballs for kids. If you haven't watched the video, it's a must watch. He's like signing his kids like big smiling faces, doting at Aaron Judge, and he's signing jerseys and baseballs. And these two women are first yelling at each other in Spanish, and then she's like, "Oh, you speak English? Oh, good to know now." And she's like, oh, "Fucking cunt."
I'll have to watch that.
So
That
here's
is
why she gets
hilarious.
the simplest minds of the week, because normally we respect that kind of behavior. However, the woman she was talking to happens to be the wife of the head of communications for the MLB. Got to know
Can't
your
do that.
enemy there. Got to know
Can't
your
do-
enemy there.
Can't do that.
No, can't do that. No, that's
Mm-mm.
can't be at an MLB game and then C-bombing the wife of the guy that runs communications.
It's almost like fucking
Well-
your boss's wife, like Aime did. You know, now you're gonna end up in Houston.
Well, that shit worked out for him. Okay,
not
he
bad.
coaches the Houston Rockets now.
Hide your wives. Hide your kids. Here comes
Hide
Anya.
your kids, hide your wives.
Can we
'cause I'm just coming to town.
get her as a correspondent for the show?
Ooh, Raymond?
I'll work on that.
Okay. We're an advocate for see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, this one comes from our favorite publication, the New York Post, just labeled Bronx Zoo. Here's the headline. Quote, vicious peacock wreaks havoc on Bronx streets after escaping Bronx Zoo, biting onlooker in bizarre scene. A peacock more than ruffled some feathers while roaming wild in the Bronx, turning very vicious and biting a bewildered onlooker who thought he was the one flying high. This guy was clearly just fucked up on the streets of New York. And this is what really tickled me, is just the image of this.
Yes, this is what I'm thinking and giggling to
Yes.
myself. Right?
This guy's high as shit on the streets of New York. And he's like,
Whoa, goddamn, look like a fucking bird.
bro, is that a fucking peacock? Like, I gotta touch it. And then the peacock is all feathered out, walking down the streets of the Bronx, and this was his response. He said, quote, it bit me. He only gave the name Mike. He said, I thought well, he recalled how he thought he was, quote, bugging when he first saw his foul attacker strutting West Farm Street just before 8 p.m. on Wednesday. It bit me. That's it. That's the whole story. I don't know how it ends. I never got past that.
Could you just imagine that? Just a peacock running down the Bronx?
Yo, I know. It's a better
Hopefully
quote.
it makes its way to Roger's house.
Here's how Mike described his encounter. Quote, I thought I was bugging. I was like, yo, there goes a motherfucking peacock. He recalled saying as he assumed he was just too, quote unquote, high. As he and others started filming, the peacock fled. It started running up the hill towards traffic, and we had to keep the bird safe. Mike said citizens he had to keep it safe. So I went from scared high pedestrian to PETA. We chased it, Mike said, and him and the others tried cornering it next to a gate stop and running it into traffic. I didn't read the whole article. These keep coming. Mike said, quote, it pecked me. It grabbed my pants and shit. The ruffled sounding victim said. Then the motherfucker flew in the street. I didn't know they could fly.
No, that either. Peacocks can fly.
Just a little bit, I guess.
Wow.
That got better as we went along. All New York Post articles do.
Always.
So there you go. I don't know who's simpler minded, the Bronx Zoo for letting a peacock go, or good old Mike. I'm gonna go to the zoo.
I'm gonna go with Mike. I like Mike.
Me. Bit me. Motherfucking peacock.
Yo,
I didn't know the
is that a
motherfuckers could
motherfucking
fly.
Peacock?
I thought it was bugging.
I thought I was bugging. I was just too high. It's a motherfucking peacock. This has been the Simon Sports Show, Friday Rewind, April 28th. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Will Levis still not drafted.
Nope.
What do we have? Pick 8?
Well, Christian Gonzalez.
Yes, actually, we are pick 8. We got a ways to go, boys.
I got something troubling on my mind. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something loaded inside.
the future.
Thank you, Irene.
Nice stash.
Wow. Save some for the rest of us, buddy.
Good evening. Last Tuesday
What
got
prompted that decision?
it was last Tuesday got particularly messy. And you just had at that point, you got to remove all DNA.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
left some above your lip.
Yeah, well, that's save some for later. It's a flavor saver.
That's fine. Yeah. It's always nice to have a little bit of taste later. You
Sure it
forgot
is.
about the event. And there it is.
Poor Irene.
Talking about your mother, right?
I know. Poor
How you
Irene.
doing?
Well, yourself?
I particularly enjoyed that meme from this morning. That was good.
I've been real cruel to you and your mother.
You
lately,
have.
right?
You have. You've been taking it out. Especially a spiteful 802 message sent today on the fucking email, you son of a bitch.
I wasn't available till 8:03 anyway.
It was there's a reason for this fresh look, and it was
Is that a
taking in the
Canadian?
details.
Are you
actually
wearing a
illegal for
Canadian
me to get into the
tuxedo?
details. Was that?
Is that a Canadian tuxedo you're wearing right now?
Yeah, he's
No, I
going
wish.
to a prom in Quebec later.
Canucks.
Hmm.
I wish. I'm not above a Canadian tuxedo. Pull it
I
up.
know, and he didn't suggest that.
I know. I know you're not.
Boys, what do you say we start the show? The Simple Mind Sports Show is crazy.